Hey guys, what is up? I hope you guys are all doing well. As you can see from the title, today is going to be a talk. I was gonna say sit down talk video, but I'm standing up, so a standing up talking video. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about the 20 things I learned in my teens because recently I turned 20, which means that I'm no longer a teenager. I'm no longer a kid. I'm an actual adult. Anyways, so I'm going to talk about the different things I learned, and I hope that you were able to learn something from this video because we're all going through different journeys. So maybe there are some things that I learned that you guys didn't, and maybe there's some things that you guys learned that I didn't. So if you want to, you can put them in the comments down below. Okay, I actually wrote everything, so let's get into it. Woo!
Get over them by getting under me.
Hi, my name is not important. I'm not from here, I'm imported.
So the first one, we're starting off with something light. Truffles, they taste so good. The first time I tried truffle was 2 years ago, and oh my gosh, truffle fries, truffle mashed potato. Okay, next. I learned how to love my body more. So I guess in the first part of my teens, I was definitely more insecure in myself. I had a lot of insecurities and I didn't really love my body. It was actually kind of toxic. I would, try to go on to diets. Like I'd try to lose weight. I would exercise just to look good, like not because it felt good. I hated exercising. So it was really toxic, but now I learned how to really love my body and do things because I want to do them, because it makes me happy, not because it, like how it'll make me look. And
okay, so I just realized I didn't explain how I learned to love my body more. So here's an advice. It's all about your mindset. It's all about perspective, and it's all about how you see things, how you perceive things. I used to hate my stretch marks a lot, and I used to be ashamed of them. I used to think they're so gross, and I just wanted them off my skin. But then slowly I started to realize that my body wouldn't be my body without my stretch marks. They're a part of me now. If you really think about it, they're not gross at all. They're actually kind of beautiful in their own way. And that's how I started changing my mindset on stretch marks. Sometimes, I know this might sound weird, but I like to just touch my stretch marks because it has an interesting texture too, and it's kind of soothing. So not only do I think it's beautiful in its own way, it's nice to touch. So I changed a lot. Like before I used to hate my stretch marks, and now I love them. I'm not saying that only bodies with stretch marks are beautiful. I'm just saying that this is how I got over my hatred / shame for having stretch marks. And that is the same thing that applied to all my other insecurities. I'm still working on some of them, but yeah, that really helped me a lot, and I think it could help you too. Also because if you really think about it, only the super duper judgmental people will point out your insecurities. Otherwise, people are either worried of their own insecurities and not really looking at other people, or they just don't care, because it should be what's within that really matters, right? So yeah.
And I think I'm also very lucky to have friends that are really sweet to me. They say sweet comments to me. I know that self-love comes from within and stuff, so I'm not saying that you have to have other people's opinions to justify that you love yourself and that you love your body. No, that's not true. But I do think it is nice when people make you feel more confident about your body, because after all, it is you who decides to listen to them and agree to them, right? You're the one who accepts their comments and think, yeah, that's true. You know what? I'm gonna believe that. That's your choice whether to believe it or not. So it is up to you, after all, to love yourself. Next one, find something that you love about yourself and make use of it. It could be a physical characteristic, but I'm talking more about a mental characteristic. So, for example, what I love about myself is that I am someone who has a lot of grit. I don't give up easily. I'm really good at pushing myself. And so since I know that, for example, when I study, I do take the longer route of studying. I'm someone who really has to write things down. Active studying is the way I can learn things. The way I study is really time consuming, but it helps me learn. And I know that since I have a lot of grit, I can do it. And that's the best way for me to study. So that's kind of how I take advantage of my good qualities. I wonder if that makes sense. Or for example, since I have a lot of grit, I participate in sports like long distance running or hiking, because that kind of stuff requires you to really push yourself to do things rather than sprinting. I mean, I like sprinting, but long distance running is more my thing. It's also just great to find things that you love about yourself to help you with your self-love journey. I think self-love is not always easy. Yeah, I think no matter how old you are, you can always benefit with some self-love advice, some self-love tip, because you deserve it. Woo! Next up, social detox days are amazing. I really love it. Like, sometimes I think it's so nice to just unwind, disconnect, and be in the moment. You know, you don't always have to know what's up with other people. It's really good for mental health, and it's really calming as well. Sometimes I overthink text. It's not good, but it's my hormones, okay? So I totally recommend it. Yay! Number 5. Teachers aren't always right. Parents aren't always right. These adults, they aren't always right. Like, you know, they say adults are literally just kids in bigger bodies, so you can't always just think, oh, they said this, so it must be true. Like, if they degrade you, if they say something about you that's negative and they don't even help you, they don't tell you how you can improve, then it's irrelevant. And also, if you believe that's not true in the bottom of your heart, like, don't believe it just because they have, like, they're older than you and that they have this sort of authority. Like, no, come on. I feel like criticism that aren't constructive, they're just terrible. Which leads me on to my next point, how I learned to care less about what people think of me. I mean, I still do care sometimes. It does get to me, but I try not to care, and this is how. So if you think about it, opinions, like negative opinions, they're not even facts. They're just opinions. So they're not even right. Like 2 + 2 is 4. That's a fact. That's right. Okay, that's right. But you're ugly. Like, that's not a fact. You know, that's just an opinion. That's not even gonna help you. That's nothing. Like, it's irrelevant. You know, it's not right. It's not wrong. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just an opinion. It's not even a fact. So who cares? Although you could say, oh, what about positive opinions? I do think positive opinions, we should accept them though, because they actually help you. Like, negative opinions, they don't help you, okay? Unless they're constructive. So, like, if they say something and then they'll say something like, you can do this to help, you can do this to avoid doing this. Like, if it's a helpful, like, constructive criticism, then yeah, take that. But if it's just negative and it did not even help you and it's bad for your mental health, like, it really hurts your feeling, like, don't take that. It's not a fact. But positive opinions, I think those are great because they do boost your confidence and they are good for your mental health. So, I mean, even if they're not fact, they're still good for you. You can accept those. Yeah. Okay, next up, oh yeah, I learned that One Direction songs are always gonna be a bop. I feel like even when I'm in my 60s, 70s, I'm gonna be listening to it. Actually, our grandkids are probably gonna be like, oh my god, this is so retro, so cool. Wait, yeah, like, you guys saw my One Direction cushion, right? I'll bring it here. Honestly, my grandkids are gonna be like, you're such a cool grandma. Yeah, I am. Next up, Ivy sucks. You guys say more? Number 9. Oh yeah, so I learned how to make myself fall asleep in a more effective way, because basically I think in my teens I definitely had many nights where I struggled to fall asleep. It's different for everyone. Like, there's different things that will help you fall asleep and different things that will help you, like, that will keep you up at night. So I think experimenting is actually good. I mean, it's worth it for the long term. Like, for me, I can't have caffeine at night. I can't fall asleep. I can't have... Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of things I can't do. I can't think of them right now. Well, basically, I realized the reason why I can't fall asleep is because I just think too much before I sleep. It's not even about stressful things sometimes. It's just about, like, super random things, but I'm thinking so much. Like, oh, let me think about all the clothes I have and new combination of outfit I can think of, which is, like, weird because I'm not even that into fashion, so I don't know why I would sacrifice my sleep for that. That's why I realized, like, I have to stop thinking so much. Like, I just have to shut up. There's so many thoughts in my head, and I just tell myself, and be quiet. It's my sleeping time. And okay, it's easier said than done, but every time I think that, like, I'm starting to think about a lot of random things, I'm like, no, stop, like, stop, just be quiet. And I just let myself be in the moment. I guess I'm actually meditating without realizing. Something I do is, like, kind of think of, okay, this one thinking is allowed. It's just, like, kind of start thinking of this, like, story or scenario, but not too intense, just, like, really lightly, and then that kind of, like, turns into my dream. I feel like I'm just, I don't know. I don't think there's a scientific explanation for that, but I kind of just, like, fall asleep and dream about that. Next up, trust your instinct and heart. Yeah, that's really true. Sometimes you might meet a person and be like, ooh, but then you actually get to know them. You're like, oh, like, they're awesome. But if you've been with someone for a while and you just don't have a good feeling about them, get away from them. Like, trust your heart, trust your instincts. But at the same time, I guess you could say we have to think rationally. And so that brings on to my next point. True friends, they treat you with respect no matter how close you are. So this one I say friends, but it can be for anybody, honestly. But just for any relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, or even the colleagues, you know, they should treat you with respect. And actually that should be the bare minimum. But it's nice to be thankful, obviously. If someone was nice to you in the beginning, and then the closer you get, the more toxic they are, like they hurt your feelings, or they're just really offensive, you know, get away from them. Those people are so toxic, they're bad for you. No. The true friends, they literally will be kind to you, and they'll just treat you with respect no matter how long you've been together. Of course, the closer you are, maybe you guys will tease each other, roast each other, but you'll be roasting each other out of love. If you feel like they're roasting you because they actually mean it, get away from them. Don't spend your time on them. They don't deserve your time. That's the same for romantic relationships. And I think also just like any relationship, really. I think if they're not treating you with respect, that's a no-no. Like that's a bye. That's bye. Next one. Do not set your expectations so low when you're entering a relationship. I mean, both romantic, but also like friendship-wise. Yeah, so what I mean is like, you should still set a bare minimum. For example, what I just said, it should be the bare minimum for people to treat you with respect no matter how long you are. So, no, how long you've been together for. Don't expect less than that. Like, don't think it's okay for them to not respect you at all or be mean to you. Be like, oh, it's okay, I didn't expect them to be that nice anyway. It's like, no, you deserve more than that. Like, don't think that, oh, it's fine, like I don't have high expectations. Okay, it's fine to not have high expectations, but you should have like a borderline expectation level. Baseline, that sounds better. For example, if you are sick and your friend knows that you're sick, then it should be the bare minimum for them to give you a text or a call, checking up on you, saying like, are you feeling better, and hope you feel better, stuff like that. So if they know that you're sick and they don't even check up on you, drop them. Even if they're busy, they'll still send it to you after they're busy, like after they're done busy. Sorry, there's hair in my mouth. After they're done being busy, okay? So you can't be like, oh, it's okay, I didn't expect them to. Like, no, if they're your friend or even your boyfriend, girlfriend, the bare minimum would be to check up on you, just call you or text you, okay? That's what you deserve, okay? You don't deserve anything less. That's what I'm saying. Something that's higher than bare minimum would be them going all out of their way, like going to your house and bringing you like hot soup, blah, 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 all this like care package. That's higher than bare minimum. Then that you can be like, oh my gosh, like that's a lot. I was just trying to help you set an example for what's below bare minimum and above of how people close to you should treat you. Okay, because you deserve the best. Let's get into the next one. This also means don't have like super duper high unrealistic expectations when you're entering a relationship too, especially a romantic relationship. Like a lot of romance movies, novels, they're actually so unrealistic. I mean, I love them though. I love them, but they're unrealistic, and I think that's why a lot of people, when they actually get into a relationship, they're like, oh my gosh, this is nothing like I want it to be, and then they break up and they feel like, oh, I'm never gonna find love. Like that's not true. You have to let yourself realize that you're having way too unrealistic expectations and you have to be more realistic, okay? So be realistic, but at the same time have like a baseline. Be humble, but know your worth. I'm still working on that balance though. So the next thing I learned is about love. How deep. But I learned that I think if someone really loves you, they will fight for you. They will do anything to have you, okay? And to keep you, you know? Okay, next thing. It's okay to want alone time. It's okay to want to just kind of step away from society. Okay, not society. Don't feel like, oh, do my friends, or do they think that I'm pushing them away? Because it's not. You're not pushing them away. You're just unwinding so you can re-energize. Oh, okay, this is probably the introvert in me speaking though, because I don't know if extroverts feel like this, but I definitely need some time to just spend with myself and just calm down, relax. And that also brings me to my next point, which is I learned that I don't really have to feel guilty when I spend time on myself and, you know, when I do all these self-care things, because sometimes I do feel like I'm told to feel like as if I'm selfish for spending the time on myself, but it's not. I'm taking care of myself so that I can take care of other people. Like if I'm not even in the state to take care of myself, how am I supposed to take care of other people, right? I mentioned that in another video before. So yeah, it's important. Self-care is so important. Self-care is not selfish. Next one. Oh yeah, it's okay to not know what you want to do in the future. When I was in high school, I just changed my mind so much. Even after I graduated, actually, there was a time where I was like, what do I even want to do? Okay, I do have a few careers in mind and stuff, but what I learned is you will experience so many things along the way that you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you don't have to know just yet, because you're gonna have a lot of experiences in the future. I mean, I'm not saying don't do anything, everything's gonna be like okay. Obviously do your research, and maybe you can sign up for different things to try out different things, and then you can see what you like the most. Because okay, they say life is short, but at the same time, don't rush yourself. Okay, you have a lot of time, so don't put pressure on yourself like that. It's okay to not know. I think a lot of people actually don't know what they want. I mean, how do they expect teenagers to know what they want? Some adults don't even know what they want to do. So it's really okay. You're not alone, and I know you will find your calling eventually. And number 18, be kind, but at the same time, don't be a pushover. For some people, that's like, yeah, duh. I used to find it really hard to say no to people. I've gotten much better. I mean, I still need to work on it, but here's an advice I give for pushovers. If you feel like, oh, I don't want to upset them by saying no to them, if that person is asking you to do something and you don't want to do it, those people are the ones that tend to use you. Why do you have to care so much about their feelings when they obviously don't care about you, because they're just using you for their own benefit? So don't care about them. Okay, no, not don't care about them, but don't have to be so considerate, because they literally give 0 cents about you. Okay, maybe not 0, but they don't care that much about you. So you don't have to be like, oh, they want to hurt their feelings by saying no. It's fine. If you don't want to do it, say no. And if they're a friend and they just ask you for a favor and you just don't feel comfortable with it, they're gonna understand. Okay, if you don't want to do it, they're gonna understand. If they don't, and if they get really mad about it, that's toxic. That is toxic. That's how you'll get used. You know, they're gonna keep using you. So no, drop them. Okay, so my second last one, it is important to stand up for yourself. Okay, this is something that I'm still working on. I think there's some people that I still can't really stand up to, but I am getting there. As long as I learned the fact that it's important to stand up for myself, that's what's count, right? And then my 2021 goal would be to actually stand up for myself. But no, yeah, I mean, it's obvious, but it's definitely easier said than done. It's just something I learned. And you got this. And last but not least, just do it, okay? If there's something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, just do it. Stop making excuses. Stop saying, oh, like, maybe I'll just wait till, like, next year, like, a few months later. Like, no, girl, or boy, or dog, whatever. Just do it. If you want to do it, okay? Do it. Okay, I sound so aggressive, but, for example, I always wanted a YouTube channel since, I don't know how long, but actually I found this diary, this notebook that I had since 5 years ago, and I already started writing my YouTube channel plan, so it's been quite a long time apparently, and I keep saying like, oh, like, not yet, I'm so busy, or it's not my time yet to have a YouTube channel. But then this year I was like, you know what, never mind, like, why do I keep making excuses? Like, why? I can just make it. Like, why? It's also free. Yeah, so honestly, just do it. Like, if there's something you want to do, just do it. I mean, I'm lucky because I had people encourage me that did push me, but if you don't have that, then here I am to push you to do it. Although, don't do anything that will harm people. If you're someone who's like, oh, I want to murder my neighbor, no, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. But if it's something that will make you happy but also will not harm anyone and it's ethical, do it. This is the sign. If you're watching this now, it's a sign for you to do that thing that you've been putting off, but you know you wanted to do, but you've been putting off. I don't know why, because you're a pussy, I guess. So do it. Yeah. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. Let's drink some water. Cheers. No, okay, seriously, I hope I didn't talk too fast. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and learned something from it. I am so grateful for all of you guys who support me, and I really genuinely enjoy making these videos for you guys, and editing it and posting everything. I love it, so thank you so much for loving them too, and wish you all the best. Bye.